Hello everyone, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a new writing app that I have been using for some of my projects. That writing app is called ButterDocs, and let me tell you, using this has been so much fun. I tend to be a Scrivener girly, and I know that there are a lot of other writing apps out there. None of them really seemed interesting to me until I heard about ButterDocs, and I'm going to show you why. This is the ButterDocs dashboard. This is where you will find all of your projects. There are two types of documents that you can do within ButterDocs. You can do a standard standalone document like you have with Bird Whistle House, Project Grey, and I Don't Need This. I'm not talking about that. And then you can also have projects. So we are going to create a new document. And when you first create your document, this is what it looks like. Up in this top corner where it says untitled document, we will title the document, and we are going to title it And Still We Stand. Because while I'm here, I might as well set up the document space for the second book in my witchy YA fantasy duology that I have not even really started writing the first book for. Even though you can use ButterDocs in a variety of different ways, I really feel that it is 90% catered towards writers, and it is specifically catered with organization and ease of use in mind. This is your one stop for everything in regards to your novels and your projects. It is your brainstorming, your developing, your outlining, writing your first draft, doing your betas, revisions. Everything is all here in one place, and it has some really fantastic tools, most of which I have not used because I'm not at that point in my projects yet, in order to be able to achieve everything without having to have things in tons of different places. Ignoring develop up here at the top, we're going to get to that in a minute. We have write and we have outline. Write is your document, your project. This is where you will do all of your writing. If we come into outline, we are presented with this. And the way we outline with ButterDocs is with columns and blocks. So we are going to add our first column. We are going to rename it Act 1. And then when we have our column, we can come up to this little plus and we can add a block. And we're going to block this with before, and we'll do a second block. Establish, and we'll add a third for now, and we'll add theme. So we have our column, we have our block. To add a second column, we'll just press the little plus button, and then we can have a second column, a third column, and really as many columns as you need in order to organize your writing however you see fit. I will always do Acts 1, Acts 2, Acts 3, Acts 4, and then each segment, each chapter is its own block within that column. Blocks are easily moved to a different place within the column itself or to a different column, which is really, really handy if you're writing in chapters or scenes and you need to move something to a different place. Once you have your columns and your blocks established, if you come back into write, you can see all of your columns, which is the bigger font, and then all of the blocks that you have within those columns. And from write, you can easily click on any of those and start writing. You'll notice on the left-hand side the pinned bar that we have, which contains a list of the contents that you have within your novel. You can easily access the rest of your novel just by clicking anywhere you need to over on the right hand side without having to go back into the outline tab in order to access that block. With each block, you're able to write a synopsis down on the front, and if you are on the outline page, you are able to press this little target button here and it will immediately take you to that block in the right section of ButterDocs. These blocks can also be open in order to see all of the contents, or you can press the arrow and you can close them so you just have a list of everything. Within these blocks, you are able to set up the status you have, not started, in progress, feedback, and done, and the little bubble will pop up for you so you can see at a glance where everything is. You are able to add an assignee if you are collaborating with anybody, and their little name will pop up in the corner so you know who is responsible for what they are doing. You are able to add tags to all of your blocks as well, and you are also able to open notes. Now, in order to add a tag, the first thing we need is a note, so I'll show you that next. Over on our little pinned section where we have contents, we also have notes. This is where I put all of the information that I will need in regards to my projects. It is as simple as clicking the plus button and opening a new note. I will, as I always do, make a new note for all of my characters. If I can remember them and the order that they go in, I will put all the information I will need on my characters in these so they are easily referenced when I am doing my writing. Within these notes, you're also able to add images, which is helpful if you want to reference a character's appearance or their style or a specific building and what it looks like with ease. The other thing you can do with these notes is you can add a color to them, and adding these colors is going to be really helpful if you are doing multi-POV. You can come over to your main draft into your blocks. We're going to add the tag, and from the notes, we can add the tag of Liselli, for example, and we'll get the color code there on the side. So looking at it, we can see which character has which POV in which block that you are working on. These simple notes are only the first type of note you can have. You can also have specific block notes. So if you come back into your block, we can click the little open note button in the corner, and it will create its own block note down at the bottom. Now, these two types of notes are differentiated between the little notebook that you have for your solo notes and the little cube you have for the block notes. The block notes you can have specifically for notes that you are making or free writing thoughts that you have for that specific block that you are working on. These will not appear in the document itself, so I can write whatever I like. And while I am working on the document itself, all of the notes that I have separate from the synopsis itself will be there on the right hand side for me to reference as necessary. Using your notes and using your blocks, you can also develop your story. This is something I have not made use of yet. One, because this did not exist when I was writing Bird Whistle House, and two, everything else I have started writing since has been a project that is already mostly developed. So if we come up to the top and we click develop, we are able to select a block. Let's pick before, and we are able to open more materials. So let's select a note, and we'll select Ellie, for example. This will bring everything up side by side for you, so you're able to develop different parts of your story again without having to flick back and forth between different screens. One thing I have trouble with as an ADHD writer is keeping track of all of the information that I have going on and making sure everything that I have plotted sort of is consistent and makes sense. And one of the fun ways you can do that with ButterDocs is with links. We're going to go into Blythe, one of the characters, and he can write a little bit of information here. So Blythe, she has a twin brother. If you type 2 open brackets, it will automatically bring up your blocks and your notes. All you need to do is select a block or a note, and it will create a link for you that when you click will immediately take you to that specific note or to that specific block. Let me hop to before really quickly, and if I open the note on before, and type another link and come down for Ashby, all of the notes I have, I can then click on the link that I have, and it will immediately bring up all of the information I have on that character in order for me to continue writing. You can use this for outlining, you can use this for plot points, you can use this if you're writing a mystery and you're trying to keep track of all of the different clues and what they mean and what your character has learned and discovered from them. So you can create a clearly linked path between plot points, between character development, between subplots in order to keep everything straight. Again, this isn't something that I have properly utilized. It will take me quite a while in order for me to set up all of those links, which I guess is one of the downsides. But if there is something specific that I need for each character or something specific I will need for each plot point or description of a magic system, I know that it is there for me to instantly be able to click on it and get the information without having to look through absolutely everything that I need in order to do so. You know, when you're writing or you're revising and you have written such a fantastic piece of dialogue or an amazing description, and when you're reading it back, that doesn't quite fit where you have placed it, but you don't want to get rid of it. ButterDocs has a fantastic solution for that, and it is called the stash. All you need to do is highlight the part of the document that you want, come down to the little bar at the bottom, and we are going to stash it away. This will remove it from your document and store it ever so lovingly in the stash section. So everything you have stashed, which you can title as needed, will be listed down here on the right. Everything that you love but don't quite need, everything that you had an idea for but it doesn't quite work just yet, gets put in this one place. And all you need to do if you want to put that back into your project is grab it and drag it, and it will come back out of the stash and it will go back into your document wherever you need it to go. And then if you decide you don't want it after all, it can just get deleted. That's been super handy, especially when I was writing Bird Whistle House, because there were certain things that characters would say or think that upon another reread was like, is that really the right place for them to be thinking that? But I liked the thought. So I just save it for another day and then can put it in wherever I see fit in whatever draft of the story I happen to be doing at the time. ButterDocs also has its very own sprint timer, which you can set up for minutes or words to write if you are trying to keep yourself on a deadline. It has a lovely little nag when you are not writing for quite a while in order to get you back on track. And you can also put it in focus mode, which just gets rid of all of the sidebars and lets you just focus on the actual document and the writing itself. Something I've never felt the need to use because I'm not academically inclined to write, but you can also insert footnotes in all of your work as well. So we'll just type the word footnote. If we then click footnote, we can add references or create annotations for that specific thing, and then that is all easily accessible for you. And we'll stay over again on the left-hand sidebar right at the top, so you are able to see all of the footnotes you have for that specific item. I don't know how to delete or get rid of the footnotes though. So once it's there at the moment, I can delete all, there we go, I figured it out. And it'll get rid of it when you don't need it. Organising myself and my novels and doing all of the outlining in ButterDocs has been absolutely fantastic. I did say that with ButterDocs, it is your one stop for absolutely everything. In order for me to show you, I'm gonna have to come out of this and I'm gonna have to go into something that I already have written. So let me go to Bird Whistle House, which I really, really need to reread. I have not done it. It's been almost a year. I need to get it done. The other thing ButterDocs is really good with is drafts, revisions, and collaboration. Again, this is something I have not used yet because I've never reached that part, but to have everything in this one place without having to do different documents and compiling different documents in different places for different people to beta. So if we come up to the top on our sidebar and we click drafts, you can see we have this is our main draft. This is our most important draft. There are two things you can do with your drafts. You can create a snapshot and you can create a branch copy. Now, creating a snapshot makes a copy of the document as it is at that particular moment. So if I type in first draft here and we'll click on colored revision, this is snapshot revision white, and I'll be starting work on the revision blue. And if I save that, that will come up down at the bottom as a saved snapshot of the first draft of the story, as you can see here. This is something that you are not able to edit or change or work on. So if you are the type of person who likes to save all of your drafts and all of your work, that is the way you're going to be able to do so. The second thing I can do is create a branch copy. And I can have a private copy just for me, or I can share the copy with collaborators or beta readers. Let's do a private copy for me for now. And once again, that will copy your work. And now I have two versions of the story that I am working on. This way I can make changes in the branch copy that will not affect my main copy. So if I type here, you'll see that it's typing automatically in blue. This is so you can clearly see the changes that you are making to the branch copy. And if I come back to main draft, you will see that what I have changed in the branch copy has not altered in the main copy. Something else you can also do is you can merge your changes. So if you've made changes in the branch copy, you're able to merge them and combine it together in your main copy, and it will automatically add all of those changes that you've made back into the main draft. Any changes you've made are going to be highlighted in green. You are going to need to review and accept these changes before you merge it 100% into your main draft. Now, the reason I say this is great for betas is because you can create as many branch copies of your story as you like. You can share those with your betas individually. They can go through, they can make comments, they can make physical edit changes to their copy of the document, and you can then review those changes. And without having to manually make those changes in your main copy of your story, you can accept all of the changes you want to make, you can merge them together, and the work is automatically done for you. I'm so looking forward to utilizing this when it comes to doing betas. And I'm really tempted, even though I really don't want to, add Of Stars and Smoke and Other Intangible Things to ButterDocs somehow from Scrivener, in order to just use the revision, collaboration, sharing aspect that ButterDoc has, because it will make my life so much easier. There is a lot more things that ButterDocs can do, a lot more things I have yet to explore, mostly because I've not reached that stage in my writing, but those are the main aspects that drew me to ButterDocs in the first place. With ButterDocs, I found it a lot easier to learn how to do these things and to actively use all of these things in my writing. It's made even simpler if you come and toggle on the right-hand sidebar. You can access the Skill Center, which will give you videos and clicks on how to do specific things. So if I wanted to come over and find out about the block inbox, for example, it will bring up a video that will explain how to do that. And it is, again, very easily accessible because it is always there. It is separated into the different types of things you can do. You have notes, you've got productivity, you've got collaboration, draft management. Everything is in its own section, so you can easily find what it is you need. And you can either watch the video, or it will show you with however many clicks, as you can see here, how to do all of the different things that it is you can do. I can never get over how helpful ButterDocs has been in regards to organization and outlining for me. Everything is laid out really simply, really clearly. All of the tips and tricks and aspects that it has, all of the different skills it can do, and tying everything in regards to writing up into a neat little bow has been absolutely perfect for my ADHD brain. There's a lot of things ButterDocs can do. I don't feel overwhelmed with the thought that there's so much to utilize within the app itself. And I don't feel like it'd be difficult in order for me to figure out how to do the things I want to do. Everything is laid out really simply. I really, really enjoy using it. I can really see myself in the future using ButterDocs a lot more than I use Scrivener, mostly because of all of the things I know ButterDocs can do and how easy it is. Such organization does not come without a cost though. I think one of the major downsides of ButterDocs, and it's nothing to do with the app and everything it can do itself, it's more about the price. ButterDocs is subscription based, so it is a yearly cost. I think one of the main reasons for that is that ButterDocs is still getting so many different updates, so many different new skills and new additions are being made to ButterDocs. They're really trying to listen to writers and what they need in order to be able to help make the writing journey easier, and doing it in a way that is so fun and simple and helpful. As of today that I'm filming, I think the cost for the ButterDocs subscription is £10 a month or £60 for the entire year, and that gets you unlimited projects to use within ButterDocs. It does have a free version where you can create up to 3 projects. There is no difference between the features of the free version or the subscription premium version. It literally just is the amount of projects you are able to have. Because it is subscription, it is also a login, so you are able to download the apps on your phone, on your iPad, whatever, and you're able to log in and use those for free. So that is ButterDocs. I'm really happy and impressed with how it has kept me so organized. It has made me want to do more work and more prep and more outlining for my projects, because now I have a reason to do so. I have a place, I have a feature for it, and I want to utilize it as much as possible. I'm really, really, really looking forward to utilizing all of the drafts and revisions and collaboration features that they have. I think that's going to be so helpful for me in the future. And with how it's set up, it's been so easy to use and start using all of the different features it has straight away without having to muddle my way through how to do something. That is going to be everything from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below if there are any specific features that you would like to see in a writing program, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.